Hi everyone. Today we are going to discuss an important subject. Is something big is coming? Is something big coming? What can Mr. George Soros do? You might have heard recently that Mr. George Soros has directed his OCCRP, Organized Crime and Corruption Reporting Project, to conduct an investigation on some of the Indian corporates and disclose all the violations, manipulations, etc., done by them. So, here we will be discussing the following topics. First one is, who is Mr. George Soros? For those who have no idea about George Soros. Second, what does he do? What are the organizations founded by Mr. George? What is his credibility? What would be the impact of his investigation? And finally, what do we have to do as investors? So let's see who's Mr. George Soros. Why we brought this subject now is that this will play a major role in Indian stock market, because the market is doing very well. Even though the global cues are not favorable, Indian market is receiving a lot of foreign investment. Domestic investors are investing properly and heavily. So if these people, George Soros, we had already an issue from Hindenburg. You have seen market moving very violently. So this is very important. Now we have to pay attention to these details and we have to take precautionary steps. So first we have to understand who is Mr. George Soros. Mr. George Soros is a Hungarian American businessman and philanthropist. Forbes called Soros the most generous giver in terms of percentage of net worth donated. Soros survived the Nazi occupation of Hungary and moved to the UK in 1947. He studied at the London School of Economics and he was awarded BSc in Philosophy in 1951, followed by an MSc in 1954. So he is an educated person. He started his career working in British and American merchant banks before setting up his first hedge fund called Double Eagle in 1969. Double Eagle was renamed as Quantum Fund and it had 12 million US dollar assets at the time of its founding. As of 2011, it had 25 billion US dollars. So you can see the appreciation. He is known as the man who broke the Bank of England in 1992 during the Black Wednesday UK currency crisis. We will discuss, the details. Even at 93, he is still active in trading in stock markets. He is interested in politics, founded many charitable NGOs, like organizations all over the world. Also a critic of current BJP government. The OCCRP, Organized Crime and Corruption Reporting Project, is financially supported by George Soros organizations. They have 24 centers across Europe, Africa, Asia, and Latin America. The OCCRP claims that they are conducting investigations on corporates, violations, manipulations, money laundering, etc. They publish the reports with media not for making profit but for public benefit. Please note that these are their claims. What is their intention of doing this investigation? Definitely, they have their own interest, but they claim that it is not for making profit but for public interest. Mr. George Soros is one of the most successful and influential investors in history, who is well known for his prediction in 1992 when he shorted 10 billion US dollar worth of pound sterling, which made him a profit of US dollar 1 billion. This transaction forced the British government to withdraw from the European exchange rate mechanism. So, this is what he does. So, he took short position on pound sterling and he made 1 billion US dollar. So, he is making money out of stock market transactions. He is shorting whenever is necessary and they are analyzing in advance to take short positions. The OCCRP, Organized Crime and Corruption Reporting Project, is finally supported by his organizations. So they have a team to do the analysis, research on companies doing violations, and they take short position on such companies or even on currencies based on market situations and making money. Now, what is his credibility? We have already seen what happened in 1992 when he shorted British sterling pound. So, Mr. George Soros is one of the most successful and influential investors in history. So, now he is going to disclose something, about Indian corporate companies, what they have done through foreign investment. We have no idea what he's going to disclose, but this can play a major role. This can shake the market. So, impact of his investigation. Even though details haven't been disclosed to the public, we can expect that markets will react violently if this issue turns out to be true. We have already seen the market moving violently when Hindenburg published their report on Adani stocks. As we have no information about Soros' target companies, we can't guess anything right now. If such a report is published, not only will the concerned companies be affected, but also the market in general. So, what will happen, if they publish a report and they target some companies? Market will react first. What is the reaction? Reduce your positions. Then they will start analyzing what happened, who is right, what is right, etc. So, this will create a lot of problem for long-term investors and everybody, not only long-term investors, even short-term, day trade, etc. All. So, we have to be cautious, and what we have to do, this is what we are going to discuss. So, what do we have to do as investors? Stock markets react violently when there is surprise. As they are always news driven. So, investors tend to reduce their positions before analyzing the situation. So, what is action first? First, secure your capital. Square off the positions, be safe. This is what 99.999% of investors do. So, being an investor, we should secure our capital and not to take unnecessary risks. Personally, I would advise you to stay away from long positions for now till the market settles down, as we don't know any further details of the involved companies. It would be advisable to stay away from the market for now. You stay away from the market, stay away from long positions, stay away from long-term investments, reduce your position size, reduce your investment for the time being, because we have seen what happened to Adani stocks for a short period, market crash. You will get good opportunity to invest on valuable companies, Nifty 50, uh, large cap companies. So take that opportunity instead of keeping your money dead for some period until the market comes back. So it is always, it would be better to keep yourself, away from the market for the time being and watch the market closely until this issue settles down. Then you come back. If there is a crash, that is also an opportunity to go long. So secure capital. That's it. Stay safe and thanks for watching.